Back for another volley rally today. It's me again, filling in for Jake. Seems like I should be the picture on these volley rallies because I've done like the last three. I've got a friend on today, Sean O'Keefe from Lia Cars. How you doing, Sean?
Hey, how you doing today, Scott?
Good, good. We've got a great topic today. Something we've been talking about is when to add capacity, when to expand. But Sean, first of all, tell us about Leah, the group. You guys are based out of Albany, New York, a great group in the Northeast.
Yeah, so we have a 21 store group based out of New York, but we're located in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York. We predominantly are Asian brands, Honda, Nissan, Toyota, Hyundai. We do have a couple of domestic CDGR stores, and that's the flavor for the Lia Auto Group. And yeah, so been 1977 was the group started, and we're traditionally we're moving forward. We're buyers and not sellers.
It's a very buttoned up group. They're very forward thinking. And why I'm on today is because when Sean and I were last talking, he told me in their Toyota store, and they've got plans in their other stores. They're going to add 16 bays in the Toyota store. So a big decision to add capacity, right, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, historically, when we do these build outs, whether it's a Lee Auto Group or any other of the groups, they spend a good portion of the spend will go in towards the sales and the front facade and stuff. But this one, we're going to really concentrate on fixed operations, adding bays, adding, uh, bathrooms, service manager, parts manager's office. We're going to go into some robotics. As far as delivering the parts to the bays, try to go with efficiency with some platform, software that's going to really, we're going to try to ramp it up. Not try to, we are going to ramp this up with efficiency and how we can utilize these bays. Because as you know, a lot of times before the bays are built, you're at capacity again. So we're going to try to build this thing future, and we're going to try to put some of the latest technologies in there. And obviously, Volley is going to be the feeder at the very base of this.
We've been hearing a lot on when we've been doing our site visits, myself, Jake, etc. Um, uh, we've heard multiple dealers looking to expand. Um, Last year, and not you guys, but it was much more common to say, geez, we're 3 weeks out or we're short of tech. And this tide is turning. And it's very obvious that there's a lot of service business out there to get the longest run on question ever. But how did you guys make the decision to make this many $1 million investment?
I mean, to be honest with you, the ownership relied on the metrics. It was a math equation that we used, although, my input in, constantly prodding, like we need more. But when your service technicians start to get above 125% efficient, and you're starting to put out appointments 10 of the 12 months out of the year, that's problematic because now you're just losing market share or willing to concede market share. And that's not something that we're willing to do. So the math made a
Right.
difference.
So how will you measure success?
I mean, I believe we'll measure success on, efficiency, proficiency, customer experience, and Toyota uses a TLE, which I kind of love this model, rather
Mhm.
than asking people to fill out some surveys and give you a 10 or, or give me a 10 5 stars or whatever. They're looking at, does the customer return? In 6 months, did that customer return for another visit? You want to know if how they feel about you? Did they come back? So retention is our main objective and fix for the Auto Group. Can we retain the customers that we sell our cars to? Can we retain the customers in our primary marketing area? And we'll measure it by how are we doing with that retention. And I think Volley reaching out to these customers in our primary marketing area, and then us being able to retain them with our facility and with our service. That's how I'll measure it.
How are you going to get on top of enough techs?
I mean, that we have a feeder system here in this store where we probably have one of the, well, I can't say for all 21 of our stores, but in this particular store, they have probably 10 masters that they have taken out of a local college. And we sponsor students in the college. So a little bit of investment up front. and they shadow, and we do we do that T10 where we, get involved in it. And that's been pretty successful for us in this store, in that particular store. But in other situations, I feel like, getting ahead of the younger generation and trying to get them in there and work with them in that express role and show them opportunities. That's the only way right now, Scott. I mean, I don't trying to, hang, dangle the biggest carrot in the neighborhood is just not working anymore.
Yeah, I think really like all businesses, just being busy will attract better talent because they'll make more and
Correct.
um, certainly you're going to fill up every 8 a.m. slot that you have pretty much immediately. Uh,
Yes.
how long do you think it'll take to sock up the rest of the capacity? Because it's very obvious you will.
So I feel like we have enough demand there now, and now we just have to be able to be efficient in how we do business, and obviously have the right staffing in place, and modify our hours of operation. Because even though we have more bays, I still think we have to be more convenient. Because that customer that works till 5 o'clock can't come in for a 4:30 appointment. They're not going to take time off of work to come in. They will find other options. So I think we do have to get a little bit more convenient as part of it. And that's part of the math of it.
How what types of things are you going to do to manage disruption during construction?
So when we talk about disruption, what are you what are you referring to exactly?
Well, I mean, there's going to be construction around the waiting area you mentioned, and
Yeah.
the
Uh,
customers are going to see it.
I mean, I feel like the customers are, we're halfway through, the steel's up, the roof's on. We got this big barrier between the writers and the service lane right now, which is not ideal, but we had to put cameras in so that we can see when the customers come in the drive. So that's that. I mean, it's a workaround. It's not ideal. We'd love to see the customers coming in, but it's just not going to work out that way.
Um, what role will the BDC fill or play to fill these bays?
I feel the BDC is going to play the role of managing the workflow. The next available appointment. When we used our BDC, the one thing that everyone noticed right away is they offer the next available appointment. And when the advisors are making the appointments or in-house, I think it's the next available convenient appointment for them
Yeah.
as as opposed to like Volley is professional. They're up, they're in one unified office. They have a set of rules that they understand. They've been groomed that this is how we do business, and that's, I think that understanding is they know their job, and that's to make the appointment.
You did make a comment in our prep here that this is just off topic a bit, but why did you decide to centralize your BDC?
I felt like we were not good as one-offs in every store. So having two or three BDC agents in a store without a manager, having the service manager manage them, it just was not good, Scott. I mean, I would go there. It's hard. We're asking the service manager to wear a lot of hats, and to ask him to wear that BDC manager hat might be the probably the one that he's gonna least likely to put on every day. And I feel like if you leave them in a room somewhere hidden off to the rear, you're going to get that type of productivity out of that. And that's just from my experience. I just didn't have good luck with having individual. In some cases, in smaller stores, they have one BDC, and she'd also be the rental agent. And she'd also, if someone didn't do this, she could be anything, or he could be anything. So I feel like in our unified BDC, they're one thing. We don't ask them to go drive a customer. We don't ask them to move a car. They got a headset on, and that's what they do for the time that they're here. So it's more professional, and it's understood what the job role is, the job description every day.
I think those are smart points. It's hard in a single store with small coverage to have near perfect coverage on inbound, call them back, miss calls,
Yeah.
but also, be a little bit proactive and you can hire a good manager. So I see a lot of our customers doing that. Most of the dealer groups, even if they've got two stores, they're centralizing so they can have one manager who is making sure they're filling the top of the funnel. Um, you've got plans to add more capacity in some of the other stores, right?
Yeah, I mean, my objective is as part of this build here in Toyota, uh, we're going to make sure that we have enough allocation of seating for our BDC, or unified BDC, to cover the group. As we roll out, eventually we'll either relocate half the group over into the Mass Connecticut market, or we may just manage it all from here. I mean, now that I'm getting used to how it works, it just doesn't matter where the store is. Like at first I was concerned not being over there or not being close to that mass market could be a problem, but I mean, we got some stores that are pretty far away, 200 miles away, and I don't know what the difference is between 20 or 200. I just don't think it matters. And if we can wrap it all up in one location, we may just do that, Scott.
What do you think the future is for dealers in general as far as the back end? Because it seems like to me that profits will be a lot more consistent in the back end. You don't have control or inventory worries. Everyone can service at the Toyota store. Do you see a lot of dealers, or do you talk with a lot of dealers that are adding bays and capacity?
I feel like they, when they characterize the dealership, they characterize fixed operations as being fixed operations because it's pretty, um, you can count on it. It's fixed. It pays the bills. Fixed absorption means you can run that dealership with a good fixed operations, business. And then whatever sales F&I and used makes is going to be your bonus. So variable, and I'm not a sales guy. So when I think of variable, I think of that term meaning it varies from, highs and lows, peaks and valleys. And I don't think fixed has that. We're based on days in the month, but a predictable measure. So I think most of the dealers that I speak to, or most of the groups that I speak to, fixed is where you're going to get your dependability, your reliability, your bills paid, your overhead is going to get taken care of. And I feel like, the highs and lows of sales, and they are going to have their highs. And when they do, it's great. But when they don't, and their inventory problems, like currently Honda's, they're doing good this month, but last month we were short cars. We didn't have enough cars to sell. Hyundai's got too many. Nissan's got not enough. So CDGR don't have the right ones. So having inventory issues is always a problem with sales. So I think service is just fixed. It's a guaranteed asset in a car dealership, and I just feel that's it's tried and true.
Um, it's hard to make the investment in this age of uncertainty, but it speaks a lot to you guys that you're doing it. I'm certain that Toyota store is going to fill up the capacity before you know it, and you're going to probably wonder why you didn't have 32 bays.
Correct. And that's what I hear in the Toyota grouping. A lot of the stores they've opened up and they're at 47 bays and they're maxed out before, I mean, 6 months after construction complete, they're already starting to question did they do enough? And
Yeah.
what's enough? Who knows?
Anything else about the expansion you guys are planning that really stands out to you, or that surprised you about putting it together, or the whole process?
So I feel like the service drive itself and how we're going to run our business, the efficiencies in our business, how we can start from scratch with the new buildings, with the new infrastructure, and really kind of take what we had and bring it up. Like instead of being 65, 70% videos to the customer, we're going to get up to 95. The process and service drive is going to be consistent every car, every time, every customer. And our drive is much bigger now as we've taken some of our desks out of there. So it's wider and it can handle more cars and at once in bad weather and that kind of stuff. So I feel like that's the key component. Having more bays just means you can do more of something. It doesn't mean, you're going to do it differently. So our goal is to, up our game as far as how that customer experience is going to be.
I just think it's great. It's so it's very forward thinking. I'm going to send this video to about 50 people after it gets posted on the website, because I hear a lot of people are like, oh, we can't fit these people in. We can't get enough text, but that just sends you the other direction. So it speaks really well to you guys, Sean.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
Well, thank you very much, Sean, for doing this. Sean O'Keefe from Leah Cars Guys, and if you're planning on, he's tough to get a hold of. He wears a gigantic amount of hats for the
if you,
organization, but if you can track him down and find out how it goes, he's a fun guy to talk to. So thanks again, Sean, and have a happy New Year. We're doing this on New
yeah,
Year's
Happy
Eve.
New Year, and I appreciate your, your assistance with Volley and helping us move forward with what we're doing. It's
Yes,
working.
sir. It's great to work with you. Thank you.
All right, thanks.